And the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. And welcome to the Wise Hour. I'm your host, Jay Mullane, also known as Wise. Well, we be dropping 24 karat gold bars in the family. I have a special guest here today. This is going to be dealing with wellness. We're going to deal with your health, but we're going to teach you some techniques. You ever heard of Tai Chi? Aha. I got an expert here. We're going to be showing you how to use that technique and give you some background history about it, but also his testimony how it helped him through his wellness journey. So we're going to go ahead and deep dive into that. But before we do that, I need your guys to subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. Hey, we are a community here, and more that you subscribe, more that you share, more this content will get out. And guess what? Helps someone else as well. So, family, I'm so thankful for each and every person who's subscribing. Keep on making it happen. Keep on making it happen. All right. Thank you for each and every one, y'all guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, I'm not going to hold y'all. So get your notepads, wherever your recording device is, because we about to go ahead and get into it. So, family, with that being said, let's go.
At the Wise Hour, we break through the night, bringing knowledge fire, so hold on tight. Every episode, a story to unfold. We're turning every minute into gold.
Life coach Mike Patterson. Oh, man, bro, what's going on with you today, man?
Hey, Brother Wise. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm enjoying this beautiful Friday. I'm enjoying another day of life.
I know that's right, brother. Hey, I'm enjoying it too. And I appreciate you, man, making time out of your schedule to be here, man. 'Cause I know you're a very productive brother, man, and somebody who definitely challenged health. But those who just enter in and have now listened, tell them a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, I'm life coach Mike Patterson. I'm originally from New Jersey. Now I reside in Durham, North Carolina. Track and field runner back in my day. Just got me down here to North Carolina. Since then, I've transitioned through the health and wellness space, from personal trainers to group fitness to health coach to life coach and educator now. So super excited about my journey and excited to fill in all the listeners about some of the benefits of self-care and some of the programs we have coming up.
I know that's right, man. I know that's right. And I know you're excited about dropping 24 karat gold bars. That's my saying right here.
Right.
You understand the standpoint of value, and you bring a lot of value. We realize you are one of my coaches, one of my life coaches for dealing with health and dealing with mental health. And you had gave me so many strategies that's so valuable. 24 karat gold bar that I took to the bank that actually personally improved my life. So it's no better way. I can't be greedy like that. I had to share this with the world. So, so this amazing talent that you have and amazing skills that you have need to be shown and people need to recognize it. But before we deep dive into that real quick, brother, we got some people who just jumped in and they want to say hello to everybody. We got Antonio Landis Thompson. He's the life coach himself. Amazing motivation speaker. It's that born for greatness. Love y'all. And man, we love you too, brother. Yes, man. We all born with greatness. I'm talking about right there, bro. Then we got the amazing I am Lakeisha, Queen Lakeisha. She is a coach as well, a transformational identity awareness coach. She be dropping 24 gold bars as well. So yes, it's a grand evening. King Wise and Coach Mike looking forward for the amazing interview. Indeed, we thank you. Then we also, got Antonio Landis Thompson again. I'm here, King Wise. I hear you, brother, with the hearts and everything. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody. And then we got the amazing El Michelle. Oh my gosh, that's a legend by herself. She's in Instagram and she's saying, hey, I say, hey, back to you, sis. It's good seeing you as well. Thank you so much for the support. And she's amazing talent because she is the master of the voice. And right, if you want to know anything about the voice, that's who you want to tune into is El Michelle. So you want a voice coach, you want to learn how to sing, you want an instrument, that's the person you want to go. She's so bad that Snoop Dogg went ahead and got her. You know she bad. Snoop Dogg went go ahead and got her. So hey, that's what I'm saying. That's all. It speaks for itself. The work speaks for itself.
I saw her interview too.
You did. That was talking about.
Thank you.
And with that being said, bro, you know how I do. You know I got a question for you.
Yes. Yes. Let's go.
All right, Mike. All right. Can you share with us what initial drew you to Tai Chi and how it impacted your personal and professional life?
Yes. Yes. Excellent question. Wow. So as I mentioned, I was a track and field athlete. Um, and so my final year running actually tore some cartilage in my knee, um, which forced me to make a decision on surgery or rest to allow the knee to kind of somewhat heal itself. You know, our body has healing properties, and it wasn't a muscle or a tendon or anything along those lines. So I chose that option because I was not really optimistic about being under the knife. Um, but after I did that, I noticed that I would still have swelling in the knee when I worked out. So I wanted to find a exercise regimen that would be gentle on my body, but still allow me to um, practice wellness. And I came across Tai Chi through a friend in Asheville. And so I joined her and started to follow her and met our master instructor, Dr. Paul Lamb. This was about maybe 7 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Um, and I started practicing Tai Chi at that time because of the benefits that it offered me in my wellness journey to allow me to do the things I wanted to do without having the aches and pains of my body. So Tai Chi provided me that opportunity. And then maybe about 3 or 4 years after I started to practice, similar to like what you said, I felt selfish not sharing the gift. So I started coaching through the North Carolina Healthy Aging Program here in the state of North Carolina. So I've been going across the state, practicing Tai Chi, as well as promoting my business, Making Life Good, and the services and programs that we offer. Through wellness. So it's been a great journey. It just came across basically for it was a personal decision. I was looking for something for me, not even thinking that it would grow to what it has to this point. So it's been a tremendous gift that I've come across and been blessed to have.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm a witness to it because I have been in your classes as a participant and also somebody who observed. And you see the over 50 plus people be in there and they sitting there learning from many different, I guess you say, skill sets or many different
Yes, yes. Tai Chi for everybody. You don't have to, there's no limitations as far as, um, your wellness levels. Individuals, we do seated Tai Chi. Um, so for individuals who may not have mobility, or may need to be in a seated position. So all skill levels, thrill levels. It's a great exercise program that's completely different from what people would think Tai Chi is.
Okay, so that leads to this question right here. And this question, I think you're a deep dive in here. I want you to deep dive with this one. So, as someone who embraced Tai Chi, right?
Yes.
Um, how do you describe the essentials of Tai Chi to someone who never experienced it?
Absolutely. So Tai Chi is a martial art from China. The original Tai Chi practice, Chen style, started in, I believe, the 1600s. So it's a very old practice and it's been going on for hundreds of years. Sun style Tai Chi, what I practice, actually originated in the 1800s. Um, and so Tai Chi itself, all forms, is a practice of learning how to learn about our own body energies and how to use it properly. Okay, so that encompasses all of Tai Chi. Okay, Chi, which is spelled CH or sometimes QI, equals the word energy. Um, and so through Tai Chi, we learn how to properly utilize our energy. Now, through the different styles of Tai Chi, like Chen and style that I mentioned, or Sun style that I mentioned, you also have Wu, Chi, and Chen styles as well. So there's 5 different styles, hundreds of different forms. So Tai Chi, if you just look it up on a YouTube, you could really kind of get yourself into a rabbit hole of finding out a lot of different types of Tai Chi, whether it's competitive Tai Chi or Tai Chi for arthritis, Tai Chi for health. So a lot of different forms, but I practice and teach Sun style Tai Chi, particularly for self-care. Another thing with Tai Chi is that Tai Chi is also referred to as meditation in motion. And actually through the Harvard Institute, they had an article and they call it medicine in motion, because of how powerful the impacts of Tai Chi can be. Um, Through the wellness and self-care Tai Chi that I practice and teach, I help individuals how to learn how to manage their stress, build strength, um, increase their range of motion, help with arthritis. Um, Lots of different benefits that we teach through our Tai Chi, and is done in a very slow and gentle style. So many people come in the first class and they're a little thrown off by how slowly we perform our practice. But just after one class, um, most people will feel the impacts and the benefit of just slowing down, because we move so fast in our everyday lives. Everything's so fast paced. We're running around left and right. Actually, having that time to slow down and allow our minds and our bodies to work in a collaborative way, um, is really, really impactful in a lot of ways.
Oh man, I love that, man. And since you say that, I got something I wanted to share with everybody. So let's take a moment. I want to share this real quick. Then we're gonna come back so you can elaborate some more on this right there. Okay. Man, I saying that flow right there, man. I've been in class. I can't flow, and I'm still working on my flow. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get that flow. I'm still a little bit robotic in my movement, but the flow is amazing. And like you
Thank you.
said
Thank you.
before, when you mentioned the Tai Chi, often is seen as a form of what you call meditation and medication in motion. Can you
Mhm.
elaborate a little bit more on the health problems that Tai Chi can address, particularly in today's high stress environment?
Yes, absolutely. Like I mentioned, it's called medicine in motion, primarily because any doctor, like I said, regardless of what ailment you may have, If you tell them that you're taking Tai Chi, you will definitely get approval for that because of the benefits that I mentioned earlier. In this high-paced world now that we live in, with a lot of fast food eating and running around, not everyone gets the opportunity to take care of themselves, with fresh foods and what have you. So you have some of those chronic conditions such as hypertension and high cholesterol and things along those lines that could impact you. If you're an athlete like myself, arthritis is something that people deal with, something that I dealt with even being at my age. I'm in my mid 40s, but I think I'm pretty.
He don't look like it. People, he do not look like it.
But I think I take very good care of myself. But still, the wear and tear of track and field and being an athlete besides track and field, I played basketball and football. So that wear and tear could have its long term impacts. And so Tai Chi, like I mentioned, um, teaches us. Not only is it a fun exercise to practice, as you saw in the video. It's really fun to learn the forms, but the true benefits of it is learning how to um, properly utilize our chi, our energy, utilizing our breathing, and understanding the impacts that it has on our bodies. So doing a lot of that helps individuals. For instance, I had a class member come to me and tell me that she was at the doctor's office. She has hypertension, and she was nervous. And I know most people have heard of white coat syndrome. When they
Hmm.
get to the doctors and they're nervous, so blood pressure's up. Sometimes your heart rate is up. Your breathing may be a little bit heavier than normal. Okay, and she practiced some of the Tai Chi um, movements or forms that we practice along with the breathing, um, and she felt so much better. And when they took her pressure, it was normal for the first time in a couple years. So she was so excited to inform me on that. So those are just some of the benefits that I hear about. Me personally, like I mentioned, I chose to opt out of surgery for my knee and was having swelling. Since I've been practicing Tai Chi, I have not had any swelling in my knee. Um, Knock on wood somewhere just to make sure that I'm not jinxing myself. Haven't
You're
had
not
any
jinxing yourself.
swelling on my knees or anything along those lines. I also monitor my blood pressure, and it helps me with my blood pressure, making sure that it stays in a normal range. Um, as well as stress, especially anybody who works in the public sector where you're working with people in the public. Um, Understanding how to um, neutralize those situations where it's high stress, high tension situations. Tai Chi helps us to utilize our breathing, and understanding and starting to recognize when we're starting to feel that tension in our bodies.
Indeed, 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 and I could be on pertinent witness as well as somebody who's also in corporate America as well, and we had to deal with a lot of stressful situations at times when I do practice the breathing techniques and I'm there, and it
Now,
actually helped me.
yes, you, you,
Definitely helped
you
me.
said at times, I need you to practice more.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I need to incorporate some more in some things because I add a lot to my. I used to say plate, but when I heard from my brother Speaker T, the Triple OG, Dr. Anthony D. Shannon, said we get a plate, get a platter. So as I get this platter, I need to work on get more breathing techniques in. Oh man, I got somebody who did ask a question though. They say, and this is Derek Young, the mother founder. He said, "What do you call those motions?" So, so you go ahead and explain a little bit more of the emotions. Somebody new to that, he want to definitely know what the emotions are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what I was demoing are Tai Chi forms. Those forms that I demoed are called the Basic 6 Tai Chi forms for Sun Style. I demonstrated commencement, open and close, single whip, waving hands, single whip opposite direction, and waving hands opposite direction. That's what I demoed right there in that short video that we just saw.
Oh yeah. He did it so well, you know what I'm saying? I'm still, and I had seen it, I be in practice, but like I said, I'm a little bit more mechanical with it, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got the robot thing going on, but he all fluent and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He walking on water, which he is. But
Great.
Derek Young, thank you for asking that question to get more insight as well. And I believe we got somebody who commented, said amazing, and that's
Thank you.
from
Thank you.
Audio Within Music. Thank you very much. And then we have Derek again. Can she help me find find her?
Can she
Oh
help
my
you find your she?
god.
It absolutely can. It absolutely can. Check this out, brother Derek. Um, sometimes when we meet individuals, we will meet their representatives first. Okay, it's not until we get past that representative stage that we meet that real person. And sometimes when we meet that real person, it may be in an anxious situation. So maybe you need to learn how to breathe in and breathe out, and kind of relax yourself so you're not so stressed out when you go through that process.
And I do apologize because he said she, and I had her in my mind, and that's a long story by her. So so Derek, so forgive me about Dick. Her was on my mind when I thought about you. I thought about her. So so I know you have moved on since then. So so bigger and better. Well, I guess you call it bigger and better things. So thank you, Derek. We got another question from Green Lakeisha. How can Tai Chi benefit with menopause systems? That's a good question.
Absolutely, absolutely. Menopause deals with a lot of emotions and hormones that are taking place, and so learning how to truly relax mentally and physically, especially when your body's going through changes. Some of those changes can be uncomfortable. And when those uncomfortable changes come, we want to have a tool in our tool belt to kind of counteract that. So Tai Chi can absolutely help with menopause symptoms, actually all symptoms, because it helps us to learn how to relax in situations, and also to understand when possibly um, understanding what our triggers may be, when almost kind of when we can almost expect certain things. But that's when you get deeper into Tai Chi. But initially, absolutely can help with stress and anxiety with any symptoms you have.
Awesome. That's great tips. That's great tip. Dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So make sure you pick up the bar because as like she just mentioned, as a woman, you go through these menopause systems, and we had another nutrition health coach on here a couple weeks ago, Nikki Holly, and she was talking about the system, and what happens to the woman's system is overworked and it's tired. So by the time they go into the menopause, their bodies are worn, so they couldn't. The body just don't adjust. So therefore, you see a lot of systems. But what you just said, by using Tai Chi, would help the body to be relaxed, getting yourself in order. So when the menopause system kick in, it might not be as bad or as challenging if you go ahead and apply them techniques. So that's actually pretty cool, and something you can use, and something that is free. You don't have to use medicine. Something that you have to learn to use some techniques. So even better, maybe had to pay for the classes, but once you learn the classes and all that stuff, you learn everything and learn all the techniques and stuff. Once you invest in yourself, then you should be good. Because one thing you do, you're very good in training teachers how to be self-efficient.
Yeah.
And when you teach people to be how self-efficient, then they, then it's much better. All right, so we got another question in as well, and it's the question from Queen Lakeisha. What are the benefits of choosing alternative medicine over traditional medication? Oh, what are you talking about? Okay,
Yes,
that's you
absolutely.
right there, brother.
That's me all day. I definitely lean towards the alternative medicine, I guess. Um, I'm a true believer that God has placed everything that I need within me, has given me the opportunity to get what I need for my healing as well. So that's just something personally that I believe in. Um, Sometimes, and please don't think I'm against medications. Medications are absolutely necessary in certain situations, right? If you have a killer headache or what have you, and the water's not working, the Tai Chi's not working, the tea's not working, maybe you need to have an Advil or you know, a Tylenol or something along those lines. So, by no means am I knocking traditional medication, but I do also know that traditional medication also come with side effects. Um, and I've always been a person who was very careful what I put into my body. Even at a young age, um, my mother, instilled in me health and wellness. I think I mentioned on my last interview, I thought every kid was taking vitamins throughout their lives, because that's what my mother instilled in me. So I was always very aware of that. With that being part of my growth and my childhood, it's a little easier for me compared to someone else who may not have that experience. Um, but with knowing that, I've always leaned towards alternative medicine. Um, I'm a very big on eating from the earth, fruits, vegetables, drinking water, all that good stuff. Um, you know, as well as with the traditional medicine side, I've always been an advocate for going to your doctor. Especially as black men, everybody should go to their annual physicals, but especially as a black man, you want to make sure that you are going to your annual exams and doing those things. So, you know, traditional medicine has its place. But as far as the medicines themselves, I know they have side effects, and I try to avoid those types of things in my body, just because some of those side effects are a little scary. When you hear, especially with some of the ones you see on TV nowadays, they're like, oh, you're stressed out, you're depressed, take this, you'll be happy. But one of the side effects are you'll lose an arm, a leg, your hair, three teeth, your fingernails, and it's like, I don't think I want to risk that. You know what I'm saying? So I usually lean towards something different.
You said fake it. Oh man, but you're telling the truth. You are telling the truth. You are telling the doggone truth when it comes to that. You just had side effect. And somebody who actually was, I had my situation going on. I had to get on medication. It was not doing my body good, so I had to find alternative methods, more natural methods for my body to work to adjust.
Absolutely.
And working with you, and then also using more natural and doing my research on my own to understand me and my body. Are able to find things that actually work. And the thing about is being consistent. The thing what happened with us is the consistency. That with Tai Chi, it's the consistency of Tai Chi. You get up in the morning, you do in the morning to release any additional stress. You do at night before you lay down for you get rid of some stress. The techniques work. The thing is you just gotta apply it. It's one thing to have the knowledge, it's one thing to apply the knowledge. And that's
Absolutely.
one thing that you definitely big on by applying the knowledge and also having grace. Then we got a response from the amazing coach herself. She says,
Thank you,
amazing coach.
Aisha.
So thank you. She got fire and a heart emoji there. All right, we have one. Then we're going before we go into our interlude. We got one more question. Then you said something about health. So after the interlude, I want to talk about, a little bit about health and stuff. I got a question for you on that, but we'll do that after the interlude. So, but before that, we got one more question. We're going to go ahead and get in before that. He said, what, and this is Derek Young, he says, what your diet like?
Yes. My diet is, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of fruits, vegetables. Water is my favorite beverage. I have my water here. I keep water with me all the time. I don't drink any soda. Good job. I don't drink sodas. I'm not big on sweets. Um, but I also eat, regular food like everybody else. I try to be mindful as far as what I'm eating and how I'm eating it, when I'm eating it. So I try not to do fast food when I can, or if I must, I choose grilled options. I also look to find, I'm always running around. I think, Wise, you mentioned it earlier. I'm always on the go. Like I mentioned, I'm covering almost the whole state of North Carolina with some of my programs. So I like to have food that is convenient and go with me. So it's nothing for me to have a bag of cuties in my car, have a couple of those while I'm driving, or, some mixed nuts, um, apples, granola bars, just kind of different things like that. But I still love a good cheeseburger and fries. Pizza, I'm a pizza snob. I love pizza. So there's still things that I still enjoy and eat. I just try to do everything in moderation. I think when you moderate what you're eating and don't overdo it, it's okay to have some things that maybe a little greasy, or maybe may not be 100% part of your goals at the time, but you got to live life and enjoy it as well. So
Okay, so you're saying it's okay to go ahead and get that large pizza tonight and eat the whole entire pizza tonight, right? That you're trying to say it's good to do that, right?
not a whole pizza in one night. That does not say that
That's
does not
not grace. That's not
at all.
grace.
That's not moderation at all. Let's try one or two. How about that?
So one slice, you know what I'm saying?
One
Just give me one slice. Just give me one rib. Just one rib.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. That's a great question, Derek. And thank you, Mike, for dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask the other question about that man who can inspire something. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take an interlude. Hey fam, I'm taking a quick interlude. Have a sponsor. He have a message for you. So
leaders don't wait for change, they create it. Champions don't walk alone, they stand together in faith. In this great collaboration, this is your invitation to the Leaders Live Generously Prayer Breakfast of Champions, a gathering of visionaries, believers, and world changers. Where? I'm telling you, 32747 Grand Traverse, May the 3rd, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. It will be a morning of revelation, restoration, and renewed strength. Isaiah 40:31 says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings as eagles. You know it's your time to soar. I need you to come expecting divine encounters, prophetic impartation, kingdom connections that will shift your life forever. Don't miss this moment with destiny, because when leaders pray, heavens move. I want to see you there. Click now on the link. This is Dr. Prophet Anthony Shannon signing out. I'll see you in place.
All right, family, you do not want to miss out on this amazing opportunity. So go to the link that was provided and register for this amazing event in May. So family, we thank you for all the support, and we are going back to the show. I got a question for you. You brought something up, and I want you to elaborate on this one. So can you tell us about the programs that Making Life Good offers, and how does the programs enhance community wellness?
Yes, absolutely. Making Life Good is a nonprofit that I started just about 2 years ago, actually. I had previously did a nonprofit and youth sports, youth and adult sports, and education programs, and we're rocking and rolling. Then I got into a little bit of a transition into my life, and so making life good is the child from that time. And making life good actually is I guess it's inspired by my three girls. With the MLG, my three girls are Michaela, Lauren, and Gabby. And so it just fits so well. And also fit with where I was in my life. Um, Not only am I a Tai Chi instructor and a life coach, but I'm also a family caregiver specialist and a dementia practitioner. So I work very closely with caregivers and families of aging individuals. So it really truly gives you a great perspective on life. And so making life good um, wants to do just that for as many people as possible, make life good. And so through that, I share my gifts, such as Tai Chi, but I don't do all this by myself as well. I have other great individuals who support me, such as Chef Amelia of Amelia Irene. She's a vegan chef, excellent, very well known, and does a fantastic job. Is a great supporter of mine, as well as other local nonprofits, as well as the state of North Carolina, with some of the programs that I do as well. Um, we do Tai Chi workshops. Like I mentioned, being a dementia practitioner, I'm also doing dementia workshops and creating dementia friendly communities. I hope to hopefully work with Mariah Parham in Henderson, North Carolina, to create the first dementia friendly waiting room. So that's something that we're working on and we're very, very excited about. So lots of different, ventures Making Life Good is taking on so that we can provide the resources and supports that individuals need to, live a good life.
All right, man. Man, go ahead. Oh man, you are doing the thing. And what I love about it is what I love about it is you don't, like I said, you not focusing on just one particular area or just one thing. Like you're not just Tai Chi. You do the standpoint of the mental health. You deal with dementia. You deal with so many aspects of health. So the question I'm going to ask to you as a man, how do you have any specific programs that actually, our brothers, I think they struggle more, even with the classes. You have a lot more women out there than men in general. So for our community and stuff, do you have programs or do you have any suggestions? And let's have a discussion about that, how you feel about man health.
Absolutely. Of course, being a man myself, men's health is near and dear to me, especially for the Black men in our communities. Being a Black man myself, I understand the impacts that we have as just Black men in general. And so I'm actually in some conversations now with Dr. Henry Edmonds of Duke Alzheimer's Research, who's a Black man there. And I actually recently just ran into him yesterday. And, God aligns individuals in your lives in the right time. And I've been kind of thinking and working on this men's self-care workshop that I've been wanting to do. I did one last year at Serenity Farms here in Durham, and it was a great experience. But the individuals are actually coming because their wife paid for them to come to do what they thought was going to be some type of yoga or Zumba class or something. So they weren't even 100% sure what was going on until they got there. And we really enjoyed ourselves. But that's the thing. Not very men are going to sign up for a self-care workshop. You know, when you think of self-care, you're thinking spas and, you know, drinking cucumber water and, you know, all that stuff, you know. That's not always kind of, you know, the stereotypical man type of things that we do. But self-care is not just for women, it's for everyone, especially men. And some of the stigmatisms that we have in society as being the providers and hustling and, you know, like I talked about earlier, how we're all over the place, you know, having to do everything. You know, men especially feel like, you know, I have to be the provider, I have to do it all, I have to be the supermans for their children, their families. So it's important for them to take that time out to address self-care. And like I mentioned earlier with Dr. Henry Edmonds from Duke, I spoke to him yesterday, and he also has a passion for a men's health workshop as well. So we're going to work together on some things, and I think with hopefully having him on board and maybe even getting some Duke power behind us, we could really make some great things happen in the very near future. So be on the lookout for that. But just in general, hopefully, I do a lot of outreach at churches, senior centers, community centers, different events. I've been asked to host different events. And during those opportunities, I always find a way to slide in self-care, you know, either doing a demo with the crowd or just, you know, mentioning it during, you know, whatever I'm speaking about that evening, because self-care is so important, and I practice it every day and I see the benefits of it. And I just really think it would be a great thing for the society in whole.
I think so too. I think so. I can, of course, keep me posted on a program like that. Like I said, once you get Duke power behind you, and then you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, you keep soaring them because you know Duke pretty much the only thing everybody know who Duke is. So it ain't like
Yeah.
it's not a foreign thing. You in the United States, you know who Duke University is, and by you working with somebody in the ranks of Duke, and actually what you do, especially in North Carolina, I only can imagine how far even internationally this can go as well. So you keep me posted in there because I'm definitely, I want to be
Yes.
in tune to whatever you do as far as having some
You
workshops
can
for
you,
men and
you
stuff.
can always visit my website, www.makinglifegood.org.
www.makinglifegood.org, and I'll go ahead and actually post that right now into our chat, so we'll make sure people can be able to check that out as well. So there we go, and we got it there for those in the chat, so get a chance to check it out. And then we have a question for you, and that is, what Tai Chi practices should a productive midlife woman integrate daily?
Oh man. Like I mentioned earlier, Tai Chi is a vast martial art with 5 different styles and hundreds of forms. Um, I always suggest for all self care is to find something that works for you. Um, you know, I would say if you're interested in Tai Chi, um, even though you can kind of, like I said, get yourself into a rabbit hole with the Tai Chi, but go online or visit my website, makinglifegood.org, and send me an email. I'll shoot you some information on some different Tai Chi that I think may be good for you, only because I know you, Miss Lakeisha. But for anyone else, I always tell them to find a self care tool that they would enjoy. Be open to trying new things, but also go with what you enjoy, you know, because more times than not, you will practice those self-care tools if you actually enjoy them. You know, if it's something that you truly enjoy, and you see the benefits of it, you're more likely to practice it. Um, you know, if it's too hard or too difficult or too complex, you may not feel comfortable even practicing it more than a few times because of the complexity of it. So find something that works best for you that you would enjoy, and that goes for all self-care tools.
But this right here is for more like the future standpoint, and hopefully this inspire
Okay.
others. So for individuals who inspire by today's conversation, right?
Mhm.
What steps will you recommend for them integrating Tai Chi in their daily routine?
Integrating Tai Chi into their daily routine.
Hmm.
First, I would say is to find a Tai Chi option that works best for you. Um, there's a vast amount of opportunities and different types of Tai Chi. Um, I don't want to just say follow myself or Dr. Paul Lamb, but those are great starts. But sometimes just typing in Tai Chi for health or Tai Chi for strength or whatever your challenge may be would be a great start with doing that. And then starting where you are, and understanding that, um, you're trying something new. Tai Chi is not a practice that everyone is often familiar with. So, you know, give yourself what I love to say. What's that, Wise? Give yourself some grace.
Grace, give yourself some
Right.
grace.
You got to give yourself some grace. Okay. So be open to trying it. You know, try it. Give yourself some grace. Um, and another thing you mentioned earlier is commit to it. You know, it doesn't have to be an hour a day or, 2, 3 hours, whatever the case may be. If you comfortably have 5 to 10 minutes in your day, then use 5 to 10 minutes in your day. Okay. And then grow from there. Um, you know, so many times we will set ourselves up to, okay, I'm going to work out about 4 days a week. I'm going to go do an hour in the gym. I'm going to do this. And sometimes you may get that first weekend or maybe that first week, you already rocky, right? And then you kind of get disappointed and then you're like, oh, never mind, I'll get to it when I have time. And then we usually don't have the time. And you look up 6 months later and you ain't get started on that exercise routine, right? So just start with what you have and grow it from there. You know, if you miss a day, give yourself a little grace, but also challenge yourself to commit to do it the next day. Okay, because when you put consistency to it, you can truly see the benefits.
Ooh, come on now. Come on now. Y'all guys, man, y'all should be hitting up, putting some fire emojis and everything else in the comments or in there in the live chats right now because you drop a 24 karat gold bar, and the one thing you do preach and you preach very often is that it's that grace. And understanding grace is not to the standpoint of you surrendering like stuff, but it's grace to understand, okay, all right, I might slip right here. Let me get myself back in order. Let me get myself realigned. Let me get myself, okay, I add this pizza, is one slice of pizza. Okay, you said one slice of pizza. And then what you do is you make sure you apply the fruits and vegetables and the things you need. You make sure you drink your water. You say your favorite beverage is water.
Yeah,
So you can cleanse out your system and stuff. Yeah, you might have one thing a pop or something like that, but make sure you drink the water. You may have some coffee or something like that, but make sure you drink the water.
yeah.
Allow yourself to have some grace. And I appreciate that. And that definitely 24 karat gold bars indeed. All right, got one more question for you, bro.
Okay.
Define the word life. What does it mean to you?
Ooh, that, that's one of those questions I needed before here. Oh, life, man. Oh my gosh. Life is ever changing. Um, I remember when I was young, growing up in Jersey. Um, life was kind of just, fast and fun and almost, just it was a completely different set of standards in society when I was growing up, um, as to what a good life was. Um, before it was just, the 40 acres and a mule, the white picket fence, having those things where people that aspire to have, you know, a 9 to 5 job for 40 years and then retire at 60. And, that was life. Now, that's nowhere near life. Now we have entrepreneurship and individuals who are, just taking life by the horns and doing a lot of different things. So for me, life is ever changing. And what it means to me, um, mm, life to me is, I don't like to say the kind of term everyone uses, life is what you make it. Um, but it truly can be what you make it. Um, when you believe, when you know that there is a higher power, a greater good, um, that supports you and loves you and believes in who you are, you truly can have the life that you desire. Um, and that's why when I created Making Life Good, you know, that was a great question because everybody's definition of life is different. So I always tell individuals, I want to make your life good the way that you perceive life to be good. You know, like I mentioned earlier, I work with older adults and the aging community. Um, and so for some of them, you may ask that same question of what is life to them, and maybe life to them is having the resources to take care of their loved one with Alzheimer's. You know,
Oh, come on now. Come on now. I love the way you express that. That's definitely 24
creates
karat gold
a good
bars.
life for them, right? You know,
Yes.
so it's a lot of different ways you could go with that. But for me, um, I really enjoy life each and every day that I wake up. I thank God for the day and for the opportunity to hopefully make a positive impact in the communities that I'm serving. Um, and so hopefully, I don't think that may have answered your full question, but
It did. Because like you said, everybody's life journey is different and everybody have their own definition of what that is, what they would define life and what it means to them. And I think you did an excellent job explaining how it meant to you. So, me knowing you as as a friend, also as a coach, and also somebody who loves the community. You represent that word life well, because so that's all you about giving life so somebody can have life. So, so we appreciate you, bro. Family, was that 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed? I know you understand the journey that Coach Mike took as far as he just needed to find another way to heal himself, going more of a natural route. And he discovered Tai Chi. Then he like, you know what? This thing, let me share with other folks like me who got benefited with it, and I'm sharing it on the platform so more people know about it. So definitely go to his website, and that is makinglifegood.org. Check out his content, check out his information, and shoot him an email. Of course, you want more information about that. So, family, I'm so thankful for each and one of y'all who tuned into the channel today. All right. I have a book, Zentar Ware. This book is a memoir. It's just not just a memoir of my life. It deals with conflicts, with the lesser, dealing with anxiety, dealing with challenges as I went through my youth, through the education system, through so many things, family dynamics, dealing with teenage and even my adult years. But guess what? It's not just that. It actually is a book that calls you to actually show you how to win. So I'm telling you right now, so definitely want to go and check out the link and get your digital copy today. All right, fam. Also, I have a merch line. That's a good way to support the Wise Hour, is actually go to this link and check out the t-shirts and see which one you're going to represent being part of this community. Just go ahead and purchase one of those shirts. Hey, it'll benefit me. It will benefit more of the things we're going to do here at the channel as well. So I want to thank each and every person who's supporting this channel and has given to it. So thank you so much. All right, family. Love is an action word. While you're taking the time to love yourself, make sure you show love to someone else. And y'all have an amazing weekend, and looking forward to the next episode of the Wise Hour. So, family, take care and peace.
Feeling lost in the crowd, hard-headed, just looking loud, but searching for a brighter day. In the mist, find our way. Pain shadows every move, struggle trying to improve. Hope whispers in my ear, telling me the way you feel. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats they can believe, planting courage like a seed. On this path we'll unite, in the darkness find the light. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt the same. Heartbeats they can believe, planting courage like a seed. On this path we'll unite, in the darkness